Do companies sponsor the visa, or how does it usually work?
Yes, we do. Like I said again, if you fall on one of those four categories I have mentioned already, then yes, the company definitely sponsor your visa. Yes, how does it usually work? I'm not fully understood your questions, but in that case, the company, in case of the big company, there is a visa or delegation teams that fully supports the whole visa processes. So you can just present your own legal documents or evidences. Then the company really takes care. Even accompany you to the immigration offices, and from A to Z, you're all in good hands. But in most of the companies, not the case, right? So I cannot say that it's for everybody's cases as well. And just my 2 cents. The visa is mutual thing, so it's not only about the economic growth or something like that, because the government, the immigration office is sometimes getting tougher recently because because of these job market things, the government is getting really strict on, taking the foreign nationals. So if they have the same qualifications, and the government strongly, requests the companies to hire the locals first. So because based on this principle, so it's not always easy. And to find the one and to sponsor this visa. So sometimes the company tries the visa application, but sometimes we're bounced back.
In the shoe of the small companies, well, it's much tougher to get employees visa, because we don't have specific people just to take the visa matter or the non-Korean hiring jobs. But in that case, in our company's case, so I was the one who researched all the visa matters, and I should be ready for that. Well, actually today we will talk about the visa E7. You can check the visa matter in a Korean government site, but normally as a non-Korean people, you can get an E7 or E8 or E9. But as a professionals, you should get E7. And in a company, for companies to select a specific people, we need to get E7 visa. So we will today talk about the E7 visa jobs, actually. And to get an E7 visa, you should have a specific certificate or a school. You should graduate specific schools, or you should have a minimum some years of experiences in that field. So I will talk about that. Talking about the E9 visa, E7 visa is for professionals, and the E9 visa is simple laborers. So it can be working in a construction field, or working in a farming or fishing, or something simple laboring things. So that's not the case for today. And we will talk about the E7. And to get the E7 visa, actually there's a minimum conditions. As Divya or Krishna's case, you should graduate from a Korean schools, Korean universities. Or you should graduate from a top ranking, a top 200 ranking, global ranking schools. Or you should graduate from anywhere in the world, the university, and at least 1 year career experiences in a specific field. Or you should graduate from a master. You should get the master degree anywhere in the world. Or even though you don't have any degrees, you have at least 5 years experiences in a specific field, then you can get the right to apply for the E7 visa. And actually E7 visa, to get the E7 visa, you are not the person who would like to try. The company should try that. Yeah. And the company should prepared it perfectly. So that's the very like a challenging point, especially for small companies like us. Especially for like startups or venture companies, well, we should prove that why and how much we need the non-Korean people. And we should prove we've done our best to hire Korean people, to appropriate Korean people. But as we fail to hire the appropriate ones, then next, that's why we need to hire non-Korean people for our companies. So we should prove that as a company owners. Then we should also prove we have this much like a stable or this much potential companies to hire the non-Korean people. Because if the company is not stable ones, like we may collapse like in 2 months or 3 months, then that's not good at all for especially the non-Korean people who just hired one. So that's why the company should prove that we have this much ability to grow like that one, and we have the enough potential to hire the non-Korean people. We should prove that. And then the Korean immigration checked all the documents related that. And in our case, when we tried to get the E7 visa for like Divya and Christina, we are not the certified venture companies, but they asked us to get the venture certificate. So we needed to prepare for that in a very quick way. So actually we got it. We are certified just in 1 month. But the Korean immigration told us like it was very, very rare case just to get the certificate as a venture companies. So you, as a possible employees, you should check if the company is small, then you should check if the company is venture company or not, or have enough sales, already have enough sales in like a global market or in Korean market. So in your case, you should check about that. And also in the case of small companies, in the general case, the company should have at least 5 employees. If not, they don't have any right to hire non-Korean people. But of course, there is an exception. The exception is like the position of, the position of the work position. What is the job position is important because, for example, global sales, they strictly ask us to follow the at least 5 employees to hire non-Korean people, or there's also a maximum rate, like a 20%, at most 20%. Thinking about the composition of the non-Korean people, they should be they take less than 20% of overall employees. So that's a tricky point for small companies. But there's some exception of the job position, like global marketing. If you have the strong background of a global marketing, or you are graduate from majored in marketing, and you can prove that you have the potential to afford the global marketing with a business level Korean, then you can get a job. Yeah, also some a sensitive point, a tricky point for in your case, or in also for company's case. So there's many complicated rules. So not all small companies, even though they want to hire non-Korean employees, they can't really prepare for all the things. So in that case, some companies hire employee service companies, and then they just will prepare all the documents and the legal things. But it's very costly. So that's why if you can't really prove that you are the right person, then it's not that easy for especially small companies to hire like a non-Korean people.